What's up, everyone? So, I just wanted to make this video basically explaining what I'm going to be doing going forward with my cutting. I'm now moving into my cutting mesocycle, where I just made my kind of macrocycle plan of precisely what I'm going to be doing going into the next 20-ish weeks. And Joe laid that out. And I thought making my next meso for you would be a really good video to display. I'm going to show you exactly why I'm changing things, talk about them a little bit, and hopefully this video is pretty good. I am going to be moving into we can call it a recomp. I've been on, lower farm doses. I've been on massing-ish volumes. Decent diet. I've been eating some. I haven't been on track fully. Taking time to enjoy life, all that good shit. So basically, I am moving into a full cut because I was massing and emphasizing my back and arms. I am going into a more equal volume distribution, and I wanted to show you how that's set up. I could technically still emphasize during this quote-unquote cleanup / recomp because I am moving into a slight deficit, very slight, nothing like contest prep diet. I am going not only to be doing that, but reintroducing pharmacology. And because of that, I could technically still emphasize certain body parts and still, but I'm going to be moving into an equal volume distribution. I think it's smarter for my physique anyway. I know people think people close to me will say like your legs are fine. After seeing Mike compete in the Olympia, I disagree. Legs can't be too big unless they're quite literally just way too fucking big for your upper, which was a problem in the past. It's just not for me anymore, and I don't need. The recovery capabilities are going down anyway, so I'm just going to make sure that my volume is distributed throughout the body evenly, and I'm able to do 2 leg sessions a week again. I'm not doing like 4 sets. So before getting into that, shout out to Ewin chairs. They're amazing. Been working on this bad boy for the last couple months, and got a lower back support. Everything's customizable. These bad boys even move in and out. This is kind of crazy. It's just so nice for my keyboard. But thank you guys for sending this over to me. I definitely appreciate it. Black Friday sale's coming up, so I think it's Feather 20 at checkout. Go buy one. Gonna get started. You guys can see here we have some new updates that I'm not privy to, I guess. You can read those if you want. So I'm going to create a new mesocycle, right? I'm going to go to find a template because what I did, save templates. Because what I did was I saved, or I thought I did, maybe not. I'll just go to see all. Nope, I didn't save it yet. But I go to my past mesocycles. I'm going to go to the Atlanta Pro prep. I love this mesocycle. I'm planning on doing a push legs or push pull legs, push pull legs. These are going to switch. I'm going to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. A lot of it's going to be doing with me and Joe linking up. And so let's hop to this and let me get a little more comfy. But let's just do that. You guys can see. I haven't named that guy in the back yet. If you guys want to name my skeleton for me, feel free. It's a little high. That should be just fine. Okay. And now we'll auto track disabled. Perfect. So, play new meso, and then you can share this or save this as a template if you like. Once you're done, it'll ask me if I want to. I can come click on these. Save as template. Template for push, pull, legs, contest, prep. Male, whole body, save. Now when I come back and I go to play new meso, I can do this, go to my save templates, and it's right there in my templates for push, pull, legs. Go to plan. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to label these. Why can't I do day 1? Generally, you can do, it's probably because I had them like that already. So you can put a day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. That way, you don't got to worry about starting on a Monday, but the labels don't matter too much. My exercise selection was something that I did for the start of my contest prep in Atlanta Pro to 2024. There are some things that I've changed, the things I'm going to continue to change, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. First, I do a vertical emphasis. This is going to be actually a horizontal emphasis. This is going to be more quad-based stuff. This is going to be like a flat emphasis with some vertical still, obviously. Vertical emphasis because then I'm going to be doing my hamstrings. I'll talk about why I'm doing that, but let me switch these things around for you guys so you can first see what that looks like. Stiff leg deadlift, abduction. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to change this to hack squat. Leg press is going to go after this. Leg curls coming up here. So you notice I'm moving just toward those emphasis that I talked about. So my vertical emphasis goes here. I'm going to add back. This is going to be regular pull-ups. You can even type that in because there's a search feature. So it has it here. Boom, all the pull-up stuff came up. Normal grip pull-ups. Those are going to be at the top. I'll move it all the way up. Vertical emphasis, right? This pullover I'm going to actually put here. I duplicated this exercise because before we had the feature where you can change the weights in each set. I had to do down sets this way, so I can delete that. I have a pull-up, so 2 vertical this day, 1 row, and then I move into my PM stuff. But I'll talk about that. So I think this is good now. All right, so here is Smith machine bench press. I'm moving that to my incline stuff. Smith machine press, incline wide grip. I don't do multiple, so I'm going to make this a horizontal exercise. We're going to do a machine, probably, because the emphasis is my vertical that day. So I'm going to do Smith machine press, downset Smith machine press, a flat press, and then I'll go into my PM tricep, bicep, lateral delt on this day. So I'm setting that up for you guys now. It's going to display as 2 exercises here, obviously, because I'll just add the downsets into the Smith machine press when I get to it on the day. So this is really up to me. As far as like my exercise selection and what I pick, I like to pick things that I feel a good SFR on. What's available at the gym that I go to for that session. Things that I can probably do across most gyms. So there's some kind of pressing machine of choice at most gyms. There's always dumbbells, there's always barbells, which is why you'll also see me doing a lot of Smith pressing, barbell pressing, dumbbell pressing. I travel a lot for work. I'm not consistent through most mesocycles with where I'll be training. So it makes sense for me to go ahead and pick exercises across the board that I can mostly do anywhere. Periodically, I'll add them random, weird shit, cable over tricep extensions, specific machines if I know I'll be in one location for a long time. But because the travel schedule and things are so weird, I try to keep it that way. So I'm going to do Smith incline, down sets, a machine press, and then at the end here, you see push-ups deficit. I'm going to do a deficit push-up giant set with like 30 to 40 reps at the end of my session, and that's going to be what people will call it quote-unquote finisher, but really it's just like a movement to push a bunch of metabolites, higher up stuff. These will be in like the 7 to 10 range. This will be in the 10 to 20 range, and this will be a giant set intensity technique, and I like to set a lot of my sessions up like that. Barbell over tricep extension, seated. Been getting some weird shit there. Because I'm doing a vertical emphasis push, I like to do a flat emphasis tricep. So I'm actually going to do low incline JM sculls for my flat tricep exercise. So I do more skull crushing stuff if I'm emphasizing my vertical pushing stuff in the morning. If I'm emphasizing my flat, so this column here, which I'll change all these exercises, if I'm emphasizing my flat, I do vertical triceps, so push downs, overhead tricep extensions, things of that nature. So I like to hit it that way. You're hitting every head of the tricep, some in the morning, some in the afternoon. It's great. I've always structured it that way. I think it's a really good idea for a lot of people. I'm going to delete that. Probably keep the barbell over row. I've been wanting to do that for a bit. No elbow pain with that one. Feels pretty good. And I'm going to put this as a free motion cable. Cable. Lateral. I'm sure it's in here somewhere, guys. I need to just type stuff in because I'm an idiot. Cable lateral. Oh, maybe not. I'll just type in Y race. Maybe it has that. Oh, did I have it on my computer? I guess it's a little different whenever you do it computer versus phone. This is a shoulder exercise. Cable. Create and add. Machine pullover to Smith row to machine chest supported row. So we got a lat. We have two mid back / rhomboid / trap, all that good stuff, and erector. On the flip side here, we have a lot of lat, one row exercise. So we're alternating those emphases again. It's not just, I'm not just doing a vertical and horizontal to be vertical and horizontal. It's actually the muscles that you're targeting. And that's for everything. So I'm going to change these to lion curls. Two bicep. Two shoulder, two bicep, one shoulder. One shoulder, or two shoulder. One shoulder, two bicep. So I must have dropped the frequency on this mesocycle of my biceps to 2 times a week, but I'm going to increase it back to 3, and I'll show you what that looks like. Let me go through everything first. This is exactly what I want to do here. I'm going to delete the Bulgarians. This is a fucking crazy workout if you do it properly. So we're going to put our flies on this day prior to our flat presses. Like again, I said I would do my vertical tricep with this. I'm going to do the this is a Arsenal machine that we have at Dragon. I'll know what that means. But I'm going to be doing that for my vertical tricep exercise. And I will do I could probably do one more tricep that day. I'm usually doing 1 or 2 tricep exercises depending on which day it is. So I have a lot of pushing here. I'm having one fly here. It keeps a lot of the tricep out of it with one push. So in the PM, I will do a little more tricep sometimes on that day because I can handle the volume. It's okay. If this were both pressing exercises, I might not do that. But I think I will this day. Should be pretty good. I like to do some form of these again. So you see the Smith upright row. I might change that to a cable upright row. And with the Y raise, I'm going to do a machine lateral raise. But I'm also going to potentially do all of this in the morning so that I can do my bicep at nighttime. I have a machine curl, flying curl. That's going to be tough. Probably recover right on time. I can do something that is fairly damaging depending on what I'm going to do on the next day on Friday. So let's go ahead and do cable easy curls here. And then on this day, I'll keep the hammer curl because it alternates the emphasis just a tad. I'm going to be doing 2 lateral delt here. So I'm actually going to change this to a rear delt, cable face pull. But when I do them, I actually emphasize a little more lateral head. Like the way that I do it, I hit the lateral portion. And I'll show you how I do that whenever I make more videos in the future. I think I put it on here once, but it's more eye level. I pull back and I go like this, and I make sure that I'm hitting that too. So it's going to be emphasis rear delt, a little bit of lateral, and doing that back-to-back days is 100% okay. You just got to keep track of the soreness, and the app will do that for you. It's going to ask me how my pump was, how my soreness was, blah, blah, blah. So before I go and do too much fucking volume here, I'll be fine because the app's going to control that to begin with. I want to keep this basically how it is. I'm fine with that. I might and then do some kind of lunge here at the end because I haven't done lunges in a long time, and I know my glutes are already really big, but I'm going to do a walking lunge quad focus and see how I like it at the end of my session. This could totally be too much leg volume for me. It has been in the past. I'm going to try it, see how I like it, and you guys will follow along so you'll know. So I believe this should be good. Again, what I've done here is I've picked exercises that I get a good SFR on, that I connect really well with, that I can do in a lot of gyms everywhere because I travel a lot, that I enjoy. A lot of exercises I just enjoy. Notice I was like, ooh, what should I do? I don't know. I just came out of an emphasis block. I did very designated, very specific exercises for a very certain purpose. Because I'm going and I'm alternating that emphasis, I'm not entirely concerned with like perfect exercise selection to target blah, blah, blah. I'm not in an improvement season. I'm getting enough volume to maintain my muscle tissue, or for my circumstance, recomp, grow a little bit as the farm's being added at this certain body weight, and then go and from there, next mesocycle, be able to make some variations on these exercises and continue the progress, continue to add in intensity techniques or whatever it may be. This is the mesocycle layout. This is the skeleton, the structure, what I'm going to be doing. It doesn't have the specific sets, reps, things of that nature listed here. But, for example, I told you I'm doing a giant set here. These might be straight sets, whereas later on in the week, cable rope face pull, I'm probably going to do some myo rep match. Depending on where things are in the week, what exercises they are, that's going to dictate my rep range selection my intensity technique that I may or may not use, etc. So for me, with my clients and myself, what I like to do, set this up, good to go. As the mesocycle progresses, I don't want my clients getting caught up with the load on the bar. So I will go in every mesocycle and I'll make minor modifications to their exercise selection, minor modifications to the intensity techniques they're doing. And as they get deeper and deeper into prep, they might have more intensity techniques kind of shoved in there, or more isolated exercises that they haven't done, so that it's like pretty fucking hard. They're getting the technique down, they're getting movement down, they're getting a great pump from it, so they're not worried about the load. Something like Smith machine press incline wide grip. I wouldn't keep that in for 16 weeks, and at the end they notice the weight drop off, the rep drop off, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? Why is it like this? First and foremost, leverages are different. There's a lot of physiological things going on. They're going to lead to less force output, less ability to put that load on the bar. Most people, even guys who are loading up tons of fucking drugs, are going to see those drops in the load. It's okay. It's not muscle loss. Okay? People get too caught up in that shit. So here's what I'm doing. Mesocycle 1. Maybe when I make Mesocycle 2, I'll make another video where I come in here, I show you exactly what I'm changing. I show you what I did as far as intensity techniques, as far as the rep ranges go, and then I'll show you what those changes look like so you can see kind of how you can coach people when you're going through a contest prep or going through a massing phase or something of that nature, so they're not getting so hung up on number chasing and things like that. This is a really methodical and interesting way to go about stuff. But again, like, a lot of this stuff I just enjoy. A lot of this is like, you know, this will be AM for me, PM, AM, PM, only PM, AM, PM, AM, and then PM. I'm actually going to change this to a regular row. I don't like the high row is more lat too, so I wanted to make sure that that's a rhomboid based exercise. This is a warm up. Like, this is in the app. I'm counting it, but this is for me a warm up. I just like to put it there to remind myself, Jared, fucking do these before you train, because it opens my hips up really well. I have like a hip issue going on currently. That's the only reason I have that in there. I don't really do hip abduction or adduction too often, but I'm going to do both. So it's going to be hip ab and adduction. I'm just putting it in the app to remind me. And then this is going to be a seated ham curl. I forgot to change that too. This will be a seated ham curl as well. So I have that movement in there twice this week. This one straight sets. This one's going to be a my rep match. When I'm doing my emphasis, hard hamstrings, lighter quad. This will be a higher rep range. Hard quad, lighter hamstring. So this will be like the my rep match, 15 to 20 range. This will be 10 to 15 range. 5 to 7, 7 to 15, 15 to 20. Same thing. Walking lunges will be pretty fucking hard. Maybe sets of 10 per leg. So you're alternating emphasis. The muscle group that's on the back burner of the day, so not on the back burner, but the muscle groups that are being hit less that day. So lots of rhomboid, erector, trap, etc. Lots of lat, which means this will be a higher rep, which means the lat exercise that day here can be that higher rep, maybe intensity technique thrown in there. And that's what I kind of do for all this shit. But again, there's little nuances that I didn't talk about in this video because I just probably forgot. I've set this stuff up like this for so long that when I go through my mesocycles and stuff, I'll try to refer back to this video and be like, hey, remember when I put that thing there? This is why I put that thing there. Remember when I put this exercise in? I forgot to tell you that I was doing this specific thing with this exercise for this specific purpose. This is how I program for clients too. Like, a lot of thought goes behind this. Like, if I were emphasizing things, or I was training 5 days a week, or I was doing 4 days a week, or I wanted somebody to get like 4 leg sessions in, there'd be specific reasons why I put exercises where they are and de-emphasize and emphasize things on certain days, on why I'm doing certain isolated stuff earlier in the week for some muscle groups and heavier compound later, or vice versa. For me, I've done this for myself for so long. There are things I didn't talk about here that I will talk about as I'm going through the Mesocycle and the training videos. But I just wanted to create this. And I'll do the create contest prep 2025 recomp. We're going to go a 5-to-1 paradigm. Keep it in pounds. Create. Boom. There it is. And this, again, rep ranges and stuff will be what they are. And I'll talk about it. But I am going to be going over this again with Joe Sullivan, so we can do as much of this together as possible. So some of these exercises and shit may change. And they'll change for specific reasons depending on what Joe's going to do around his injury, plus us training together as training partners. So this video here, how I structure my mesocycle versus how you can alter your mesocycle when training with a training partner. They're going to be 2 separate videos. I wanted to kind of share that at the end and give you guys a little treat. But that's my shit. Hopefully all that made sense. There are probably things that I will change or things that I didn't catch while doing this that I'll see on my shit later and be like, why did I think this was a good idea? I never do things this way. I do them this way. Really just opinion. If you guys have thoughts, comments, concerns, critiques in the bottom below, please feel free to leave them there. This will be what I do for the first meso, other than the change I'll be making with Joe. So that's that. It is currently Saturday. I start on Monday. I'm excited to get back into the swing of recomp, contest prep, and us bringing something pretty crazy in 2025. So thank you for watching, guys. I will see you next time.